Hello, this is Brian again. Still putzing around. I was waiting to see those humongous canyon live oaks. Maybe I just haven't got to them yet, but I don't know. There's a lot of skunk brush along this trail. There's a lot of it here. Those are droops, little red fruits. That's how you know it's not poison oak. They got red droops on them. It's not poison oak. Just a little overgrown here and there with some, especially with the ceanothus and skunk brush coming out over the trail. Where now we're just about in the Ponderosa Pine Grove. There are a few scattered ponderosas around here. Oh, there's a fine shrub right there. Erica Maria Parishii, Parish golden bush. And we get little pockets of Pacific Ponderosa down here. There's a nice old coast live oak right there. Yeah, I could have sworn, maybe, I don't know how I missed those monster canyon live oaks. They were right next to the trail. You can't, when you're hiking, you can't miss them. So how the heck did I miss them? Well, they were... Maybe I got to go along the rest of the Doane Nature Trail, maybe. I don't know. It's been a few years since I've been over here. But yeah, it's getting a little more overgrown over here. See the branches of the trees and shrubs kind of knit their way over the path. One thing that was just as beautiful as ever. Some nice old coast live oaks. They may not get really tall like some of the canyon live oaks here, but they definitely get some gnarly old trunks on them too. When it comes down to it, canyon live oak, and in some cases the black oak, those are the ones that'll win the size championship. And of course, Pacific Ponderosas are much more numerous in this portion. We're almost down by the meadow. And when we get down to the meadow area, is where you'll start seeing some larger, older Pacific Ponderosas. This is always a hike to be taken. Pretty much any time of year is a good time to come here. And probably gets quite hot in the summer. So we're about 4,500 feet above sea level. So summers will be quite hot here, but at least you'll have lots of shade. Yeah, we got a lot more Pacific Ponderosa over here. So we're breaking out more into the meadow. So big meadow coming up. Parts of it are just beyond the thickets of trees over there. There's a nice big expansive meadow. And a couple trails that are used trails, and I think the official trail cuts through here. I'll tell you one thing, the smell is incredible here. The woodsy aroma of oaks, the grasses, it's a very, very clean, fresh aroma here. I expect to see Quercus ganderi, the hybrid between black oak and southern coast live oak, Quercus ganderi. I've seen it here a couple times. And the last time I was here at Palomar, I was on a fire road going up over that way. I was way over that way, and there were just a lot of oracle oaks over there, which is the hybrid between black oak and interior live oak. But there was even a gander oak there, and I've seen another gander oak along S6 near the 5,000 foot sign. Okay. So now we are by the huge canyon live oaks. Let me wipe the screen a little bit here. It's starting to get a little damp. I don't like shooting video when it's drizzly and wet because I'm always afraid it'll happen, but these are the canyon live oaks I was talking about. These are humongous. These are some of the largest ones I've ever seen in my life. I think somewhere in Angeles National Forest and somewhere in San Bernardino National Forest there are some monster canyon live oaks. But this is what I'm talking about right here. If you ever watch some of my other videos when I'm yakking on about canyon live oak, especially when I'm hiking near it and I'm talking about, you should go to Palomar and see how large they get there. Well, this is it. This is what I'm talking about. A lot of these branches are larger than the trunks on a lot of the trees that I would still consider pretty decent sized. It's just amazing. If I were you though, wouldn't wander through here because I see poison oak in there. So all that stuff down there, that's all poison oak. But yeah, this is it right here. This is a canyon Quercus chrysolepis. Maybe I should have done a spotlight on this one, but the one I saw, the one I did a spotlight on back in 2019, it was a pretty large one for its elevation, but being above 6,600 feet. We're about 4,500 feet, so you'd expect larger canyon live oaks. But again, they're not super tall trees. They're maybe about 45-50 feet tall. But boy, height is not always the best thing to judge actual size, because those are some huge canyon live oaks. They are the largest canyon live oaks I have seen. I'm sure people have seen larger ones. Apparently there were larger ones at Cuyamaca State Park before the fire top killed them. Who knows, they're probably resprouting from their bases a lot of times. So probably still alive, they just don't have that top growth anymore. So now I just got to remember, the canyon live oaks are further than I thought down the way. Because I was thinking there were some other large ones not that far from Doane Valley Road, or the road that leads around the Doane Valley area. So sometimes I guess I mistake those, because those are a lot closer to where I parked. I parked at Doane Valley. When it comes to canyon live oaks and California black oaks, this is where I've seen the largest ones. Now we're entering the meadow and all the Ponderosa pines. want to let them go past. Social distancing. But I'm just glad they weren't using profanity and stuff, because I don't like having profanity in my videos. So yep, we're in the meadow. Kind of actually has a Yosemite Valley floor feel to it. So we're in the meadow. Pacific Ponderosas. Only thing is that you don't have coast live oak in the Sierra Nevada. But definitely does have a slightly valley floor feel to it, Yosemite style, because of all the grasses, forbs, and then the Ponderosa Pines punctuating the landscape. So, beautiful place. It's very peaceful in the fog, but it's just very mellow. Penstemon. I'm not sure what species of penstemon that is. It's not grinnelly because it doesn't have toothed leaves on it. I mean, you see, this area did have some fire damage, I believe, from, I want to say 2007. Palomar, or was it the Pumaca? Something like that. And here we go. Beautiful Ericameria parachie, variety parachie, full bloom still, late October. A lot of yarrow around here too. Achillea millefolium, there's a lot of that. And one thing you'll see a lot of here, Ceanothus Palmer Ceanothus. And there's a lot of California goldenrod around here too. So, you know, with being in a meadow, you really get a good perspective on that. So this use trail here is closed. So if you come here, don't take that left fork at that sign. It'll tell you it's not open. I feel like peaceful life. I get more of that Wild West feel here because of the Ponderosa pines. Well, Ponderosa is basically about as western as you can get, because it's a tree of the west. It does reach the western edge of some of the plain states too. Ponderosa, the different subspecies of it, get as far as Nebraska, I believe. So I think western Nebraska has populations of Pacific Ponderosa. There's our goldenrod, Solidago californica. Still blooming. It's usually a late summer, fall favorite. But here, yeah, it's definitely, get that bonanza feeling here. So I think where they filmed Bonanza, I want to say the place where they filmed it would probably be predominantly Jeffrey Pines, I believe. They call it the Ponderosa Ranch. I like the town of Ponderosa along 190, which I believe was affected by the SQF complex fire this year. It's called Ponderosa, but the pines there are actually predominantly Jeffrey pines, which I always thought was kind of funny. But I'm going to keep on trugging along. I'll see you down the way where some of the larger trees are going.